Hello! Today I want to show you how I film a video at home. And what you hear right now is the inside microphone, internal microphone of this Sony ZV-E10. It's not very good, but it's fine for the purpose here inside without wind and without any background noise or anything. This is my setup, my chair, my heater, my 3 monitors or displays, and this monitor is so I can see what this camera is filming. So I have my Sony a7S III here with the Samyang 24mm 1.8 lens on there, and I'm using this. First of all, it fits the screen when you see there. It fits it really well, and it gives the best background blur, so I'm separated from the background. I would like if this background wouldn't be as boring, but when I open this it looks horrible. It's too busy. So I only have too busy or not enough. That's what I have. So this monitor here in the background is connected via HDMI, and the Sony a7S III has a full HDMI, not just weird micro mini crap. And it goes in there so I can see what I'm recording. And I need this because when I'm starting, I can go here. Wrong button. Where did I go? I'm in the wrong menu here. Because it looks like this when I'm starting. I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of this door in there and a tiny bit of this white wall, and that's distracting. I don't want that, and so I zoom in a bit. So when I press here, I can see the zoom level, and I can zoom in just one little bit. It's called clear zoom, so it shouldn't make the picture horrible. And then I have my 2 lights that I use for live streaming as well. This light here and a light up there. It's not perfect, it's not great. Those were amazingly cheap lights. I got them for €9 off eBay. Yeah. It was an auction, and usually they're like €40 and it's 3 lights. But those 2 are enough for me, and they're not great, but they're fine. And I have to press this. So this is light, this is the camera, this is my, so I can see what's being filmed. And sound, I have a extension for this microphone. I use this microphone, and why don't I use the wireless microphones? I just noticed when I use them inside here, it sounds not good. It doesn't sound good, and that's why I have this. And here I have my old Manfrotto stand, and up here is a cold shoe mount, and because the microphone is has the cold shoe mount for the top of the camera, like here, and I have a little thing so I can put it into a normal tripod, and then the cold shoe on top, and I turn those on, and then, like I said, with the extension there, and then I have to position the microphone that you can't see it right now. You can see the microphone, so I put it away from me till it's gone, so you can't see it, and then I point it at myself as much as possible. So when I'm sitting here, that this is here, but it's not in the frame. And then I dial in my settings. I do everything except for the focus. I put in auto, in manual. So I think I have the auto white balance still on because it looks okay. So everything's set up, like I said. Microphone is not in the screen. I have to put this monitor down almost all the way because otherwise you can't see. Here you can see a little shade in there. Why is it off? What's happening? My battery exhausted. Ooh, need a new battery. So right now, before I do this all, I'm taking pictures because every YouTube video needs a thumbnail, and my thought is I'm gonna do it like this. Because this is about the state of health of my ID3, so, that Volkswagen tested my car. So I want to show the certificate here and smile and show it in and be a bit excited about it. And I have to set the camera, of course, to photo, not to film. And then I have to change all the settings. it takes the focus when I press it, but to press it, I'm all lean forward, and then the focus is wrong. So I use my Bluetooth, my new Bluetooth remote. I just bought it. It's not the original Sony one, but still fine. All I have to do is I have to go to the menu and turn on Bluetooth, because you can switch between movie and stills, here between zoom and focus for this, and then I can turn the manual autofocus, so I can turn autofocus on and off, and here I can lock what it says. In the middle is the button. When I do this, it's gonna take a picture. Pictures are done. Just did a few, and you know, you do your poses. So let's film a bit. First English, then German. I filmed everything. Now I'm gonna clean up everything, and then put the footage on the computer. So what I do on the computer, I make, of course, a new folder, put in then a preset that I have for Adobe Premiere. I use Adobe Premiere to edit. And by the way, I'm using a tiny little stand back here where this camera goes on, and I'm using this little things down here. Those are fast changing plates for tripods and everything. I have one on here, if you can see. So this one just goes in and snaps into place, and that's it. And I have 6 of them. I have it on the gimbal, I have it on here, I have it on this, and have it on the stand that you're right on. I just put these here, so the plate that goes in, on all the cameras I have. So the one that they're filming now, I have it on the GoPro here, and they're really good to change fast if you need it on different places. Where they're not good is in the car. So on the window or here in the middle when I'm driving, filming down there, it's too shaky. So when they're in this thing, so when I put the GoPro here, it's moving more than if it's not. So for this, I'm not using them. I'm putting them on in a normal way without this. Now I take my footage and I set up my Sony a7S III that it puts the film. By the way, my card arrived. So this is a CF Express Type A card, 160 gigabyte. Usually costs around 300 euros and was free with the camera. This is where my video is on, and on my old SD card this is where my pictures are on. So I take those out and put it on the computer. I do the SD first. I have a little tiny USB thing, a card reader for this. Okay, and for the CF Express card, I just bought a new reader, this one here, and this was interesting. Because this is a normal USB-C, and I used a USB-C to USB-C cable, and in the back right to the motherboard I used one USB-C to USB-A, I used the front, everything, and the read speed was crappy. So those things, the CF Express card are famous that they're really fast. So from the SD card I can get 90 megabytes per second. When you have a big videos from filming, that's not a lot, but those should be faster. And I tried it and it was just 30 megabyte and I was totally disappointed. Then there was this cable included, one USB-C to USB-A, there's also USB-C to USB-C, and I tried this and it's 300 megabyte, not megabit, megabyte, 358 megabytes per second. It's way better than 90. So the two files were 7 and 8 gigabyte. I filmed in 4K. 24 frames per second in 8-bit. Ooh. I know it's now completely dark in here because this is my editing light. I turn, of course, the bright lights off because it's too bright for my eyes. But I have one light to the left and one light to the right. The top one is off. And now it looks extremely dark here on the camera, but it's not. It's really okay. So now it's editing time. I will edit both videos and then export it in the end, make in Photoshop. So I edit with Adobe Premiere. We do a whole different video on how I edit and everything, my preset. And then Photoshop, I edit my thumbnail. So I'm done editing. I edited both videos, German and English, and now it's encoding, or yeah, so it's rendering out into the format that I can upload on YouTube. And you can see here I have my English one and my German one, and I did my picture. This is my German one, and that's the English one. It's the exact same picture, just with a different text on top. Video 2 is already encoding. It's 9:30 now, so what did it take? A bit over an hour to film this, but I also filmed stuff for you, and then I will drag and drop the video in here, already prepared for my members and the Patreons up here. So both our videos are uploaded on the English channel, on the German channel, so Battery Life and Battery Life DE, and I'm just waiting that it is being looked through by YouTube. They will look if there's been any copyright problems or anything else. And then I wait for the Patreons to watch it a bit and tell me what they think, and the YouTube members. And in 2 days, it's gonna get published. But that was a video at home. Bye!